Okay, I think we're ready to go. I'm standing here today doing this presentation because I think this will be of value to you. It's been of value to me, and what I'm talking about today is growth mindset. It's been of value to me in school as a learner, in college and in university, and now as a teacher. I think it can be applied not just within school, but out with school. Just another pass, okay, so growth mindset. Presentation should last about half an hour. As I said, it will be of value to you, I hope. This isn't a plea to anyone to start applying a growth mindset. It's just a presentation delivered to both here, and you can take from it what you wish. Okay, so the ball is in your court. By the end of this presentation, hopefully, you will understand that intelligence, skills, and knowledge can be developed by applying a growth mindset. The brain grows when learning new skills by wiring a new habit and a new neural connection in the brain. That is something I hope I can clearly demonstrate to you through this presentation. And hopefully, doing challenging work, you will understand at the end that challenging work and hard work is the best way to go. Because the easy route will always be there. It's whether you take the hard route, which for me, I believe is the best way, or you take the easy one, which is always there. So, as I said at the start, success through growth mindset. I want to talk about what I think success is, and there are three quotes here that I believe are relevant to defining success. Success is liking yourself, liking what you do, and liking how you do it. The middle one, success is not final, failure is not fatal, it is the courage to continue that counts. By by Winston Churchill. The final one, there are no secrets to success. It is a result of preparation, hard work, and learning from failure. Okay, there are two main mindsets that govern our education and our relationships, i.e. your time in school. Fixed mindset, you will normally hear, or they believe, that we are who we are and we can't do much to change that. It's a comfort zone. They tend to operate in a comfort zone and they avoid hard tasks. I'm not saying that's a bad thing. It's not a negative thing. That's just how a fixed mind will operate. And first of all, a mindset is a set of beliefs which we are aware or unaware of, which represent whether we achieve what we want or whether we don't achieve what we want. So a mindset is a set of beliefs which impacts your day-to-day decisions and your day-to-day behaviours and your day-to-day results. A growth mindset will tend to believe that anyone can get better through hard work and through learning from your mistakes. Okay, mindset, it's either nature or nurture. Fixed mindset believe it's nature. You are who you are through your genes, whereas a growth mindset is more from nurture. You can develop your skills through help from others, through learning a new approach to something that you're doing, changing your strategy. A nurture approach believes that it can be done through time and effort, that you will get there in the end if you do this, this and this. A growth mindset, they tend to seek interesting challenges and they just love learning. They love the process, not the actual outcome. They don't tend to focus too much on the outcome or the end result. It's all about learning, just learning something new and just loving that process of learning. Carol Dweck said it nicely at the top, your mindset and beliefs determine whether you become the person you want to be or whether you accomplish your goals. So it's a very important thing to be thinking about in fourth year, about whether you're going to achieve what it is you're set out to achieve before the start of the year. I'm going to put a video on, and just with the person sitting next to you, have a think about what messages this video conveys about why growth mindset, okay, can be beneficial when learning new things. Okay, so from that video, does anyone want to share what you took from that in your 2s or 3s? No? Okay, that's fine. Anybody know? Right, that's fine. Keep the thoughts to yourself. I don't mind that. Okay, keep the thoughts to yourself and have an awareness of your mindset in this moment, or when you leave this presentation. It's all about having an awareness, so then you can then fix or change the mindset that you have on certain things. Not everyone has a growth mindset in every single aspect of life. We all have fixed mindsets about some things. That's because we want to avoid doing them. Okay, so it's about having a growth mindset on the key things that you think will help you get to your goals. Okay. Okay, this is another good quote that I like and has helped me. I don't divide the world into the weak and the strong, or the success and the failures. I divide the world into learners and non-learners. So as I said previously, it's about the learning that you should be falling in love with. Not falling in love and getting an A or a B or a C. Fall in love with learning. Learning new things. Learning as much as you can each day. As a byproduct of that learning and that help from others, you will get the good results that you need. Whereas if you constantly focus on the getting the A's and doing all that, then you're going to put more stress on yourself and more worry, which then might impact the end result. So to get the best end result, a byproduct of the best result, I believe, is just trying to learn as much as you can. So everyone is born with an intense drive to learn. We're all born with it. There becomes a time where we just decide that it's not cool, or it's not smart to learn. Okay? If you think about it when you were young, you had to learn to walk, you had to learn to talk, and during that process when you were learning to walk and talk, you made millions of mistakes. You fell down, you got back up, you tried to crawl, you tried to stand up, you fell over. So you had to keep failing to get to the end goal of walking. Then you had to talk, so you were saying the wrong words, and then you eventually get the right way of speaking, and we're still always improving our language. Okay, so it's a continual lifelong process, the same as learning. A couple of pictures. Fixed mindset, as I said, study for the test, study for the result, whereas a growth mindset tend to study for growth. They just want to learn. Fixed mindset can judge others, whereas a growth mindset tend to help other people. And as a byproduct of helping other people, help comes back to you. That's a fact. Fixed mindset protect from failure, stay in their comfort zone, don't challenge themselves, so they feel as if they are being successful, but they're actually failing by default. You're failing by default by not trying new things. You're failing by default by not pushing yourself out your limit, pushing your boundaries. So if you avoid doing it, you're failing anyway. If you try and do it and you fail, you learn from it and you go again, you're getting somewhere. This is another video which paints a picture of the growth mindset in action. My national class have seen this one, so you're going to see it again. Okay, hope you enjoy this one.
I wasn't ready.
Okay, I think that video brings some perspective to the whole process and what we're trying to talk about here. If you think of the challenges Nick has overcome in his life, when you look at the challenges that some of you may face, or I've faced, it's at a different level. Okay, so it just brings a bit of perspective to never give up and to always have hope with what you're doing, and to believe that you have the personal choices to make, nobody else. So you, as an individual, you have the choice to do what you want. So be aware of the choices you make. Okay, the brain is malleable, as the video said earlier. It changes in size, it can get stronger through learning new things and through persisting with a challenging task. So there is an importance there with struggle and mistakes. The more you make a mistake and the more you fail with one thing and you keep giving it a shot, the deeper the neural connection within the brain and the more richer learning will take place from learning from your mistakes. So when you fail at something and you persist, you're actually building a new neural pathway in the brain, creating a new connection in the brain, and by going over it and trying, that is getting deeper. That is how you learn something. So if you learn a new word in languages, in Spanish or French, when you learn that new word, you're creating a new neural connection in the brain. That's called neuroplasticity. That process of developing when two neurons have a synapse and that connection is made. If you don't go over that word, keep going over it and keep learning it, what do you think will happen to the neural connection, the neural pathway? Do you think it will stay strong or do you think it will get weaker? Stronger or weaker? What do you think, Callum? Do you think it'll get stronger if you do not keep practicing? Like, it'll get weaker. So if you don't keep practicing what you've learned, that connection will weaken. It's the same with anything. With your badminton skills, if you can play the overhead clear, to get better at it, you have to keep practicing it. And the more you practice it through your drills and through your practices, the deeper the neural connection will be. So that's what happens when you learn in school. Your brain is getting stronger and getting more effective. Okay? So learning makes your brain grow, known as neuroplasticity. The more you learn, the more connections they make. So before learning is the picture on the board, and after learning new things, there's more connections there. If you look at the board. A nice quote by Robin Sharma, if you're not failing a lot, you're not doing very much. And he is a life coach who publishes several books on leadership. So if you're not failing a lot, you're not doing very much. So think about that one. Another couple of quotes. Your I can is more important than your IQ. So your knowledge, having knowledge is good. What you do with it is even more important. So believing that you can do things with that knowledge is ultimately the most important thing. Run your own race. Who cares what others are doing? The only question that matters is, am I progressing? So run your own race, stay in your own lane, and just you keep trying to do the best you can. Obviously, help from others is absolutely vital, but try and have your own focus and your own vision. Okay, some role models. Einstein's teacher said that he was academically subnormal. Michael Jordan's coach said that he wasn't more talented than other people. Walt Disney was told that he lacked creative imagination. Lionel Messi was told that he was too small at the age of 12. So when you think about it, if you're told something, you have to believe that you can overcome that. So don't let anybody limit your potential. Don't let anyone put a ceiling over your head so that stunts your growth, because you can always get better and always be trying to improve. I'm not saying that you can all be the next Messi or the next Ed Sheeran. That's not what I'm standing here saying. What I'm saying is you can strive to be the best version of yourself. And by doing that, you might be the next Messi. We leave that task out. So what's next for you? Coming to the end of the presentation. Change can be tough for anyone, but I've never heard anyone say that to me that it wasn't worth it. In my previous experience in other schools, through doing growth mindset work, I've never heard anybody saying that it wasn't worth it. Yes, it's tough, but nobody's ever said it wasn't worth it. Did a growth mindset solve all my problems? No, it hasn't. But I believe I live a different and richer life because of it. I feel more brave, alive, and open-minded. So that's my experience. Do I believe you can do the same? Yes, absolutely. That's why I'm standing here and that's why I'm delivering this presentation. Every one of you has the potential to do what you want. Because you have a choice to make. The choices that you make should be related to your interests and your passions. So you have a choice to make, to decide what it is you want to do. And I believe it should be based on your passion, it should be based on your interests, which will fuel your energy and your ambition to be the best. Last slide, second last slide. It's just an image. Where the magic happens is in the learning zone. So if you look at the middle part, your comfort zone, things are easy, you're coping. Then you've got the learning zones, you're pushing yourself a little bit, dipping your toe in the water, coming back, dipping it in, starting to enjoy it a wee bit more. Then if you go too far, obviously you panic, you don't want to be in there, because no learning happens because your brain shuts down and you're stressed, you're worried, you're anxious, and you're into survival mode. Okay, so you go fight or flight, and you're in survival mode, and no learning takes place. The opportunity to apply a growth mindset when you encounter struggle will always be there for you. So it's always going to be there, it's not going to go anywhere. That will always be there, that choice, showing you a path to your future best self. Right? Tell yourself, if you say, I can't do this, add yet. Thanks for listening. If you want to learn more about growth mindset, then you can sign up to my Mindset Together class by speaking to your pupil support teacher and putting your name down on a sheet. Okay? Right, thanks for listening.